Welcome gamers, and welcome back to the MWC 7K 2023. We are right now in the semifinals, and boy do we have a banger of a matchup coming towards you. I'm one of your commentators for today, Cryolian, and I'm joined in the booth by none other than Potassium F. How are you doing?
I'm doing really well. I'm excited once again for another Japan match here. Always goes to tiebreaker as usual, so I'm expecting another one, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Spain versus Japan is a very interesting match overall. I would say, well, of course, anyone who's seen a Japan match so far knows Japan is very rice-sided, at least throughout this tournament. Spain has a very strong roster for LNs, I would say, so this could actually be a little bit of a back and forth.
Actually, I would say Spain, they can also hold their own in the right portion of the maps, but yeah, they are pretty much one of the all-rounders that is still left in the tournament. Like, Japan is specialized more towards rice, but Spain, they can play pretty much anything.
However, that said, this is a bit of an interesting match. This is the first time we are seeing in the tournament that both teams actually do have some pretty concrete information on the other team. And we can see that coming out right here. Japan are opting to ban Lake Valor instead of what they banned the other day, Maya Sotis, because both teams played Lake Valor yesterday and Spain got a much better score overall. So Japan are using the information here to change up their ban a little bit. Spain are going to be banning Ludicrous Speed, makes a lot of sense against Japan.
Yeah, and also I would say that this is one of the matches where Rice will be the main focus for both teams, to be honest. Like, I think when both the Rice picks are exhausted and it goes over to LNs, we're going to see a lot more breaks, a lot more misses, because, like, yeah, Japan more suited towards Rice. Spain also, for their previous match against Canada, they've also just been picking Rice, so it's clearly a favorite for them. And yeah, starting off, we are going to see Rice 3 Electromagnetic Retribution.
Yeah, going for the fast jump stream map. This is one that I think was played by both teams the other day. Japan definitely got a very strong score on it. But that said, I think Spain are very good with quad stream themselves, so by no means a safe pick, but kind of a comfortable one for both teams, you would say.
Yeah, just basing it off the previous matches that they had, well, Japan did have someone who managed to 990k it. For Spain, on the other hand, they did have, their highest was 985k, but that was with a miss, so maybe things might be different this time.
Yeah, very hard to rely on misses happening multiple matches in a row, so you don't really know exactly what the form of these players in until the day itself. And here we go, the first pick. This is Japan's one, so they're going to be wanting to get on the board early.
Alright, with the lineup of My Angel Koichi and Rain Lily for Japan, taking on K Fanboy and Idor98. How is it going to play out?
Throughout this opening section, everyone off to a pretty good start. Actually, My Angel Koichi dropping a little bit of accuracy. Not going to matter too much until we get to the real sections here. Ooh, early miss.
Yeah, it was basically neck and neck until that one miss just came out of nowhere, taking out Major Koichi's combo. Well, Spain do have a pretty good lead, but Idor just takes another miss, and just like that, one miss apiece, and scores are right now going to go back to back. Or, well, breaks are happening back to back.
Yeah, My Angel Koichi and Ida trading misses there, but it is a bigger drop for My Angel Koichi overall, so it looks like Spain is going to maintain the advantage. 1 FC for each team. Overall, actually, I think the accuracy advantage is actually in Japan's favor, and K Fanboy missing now.
Definitely, with Rain Lily still maintaining that 99.8%, really a solid accuracy. Two-thirds of the way through, but as it goes on, that lead is just starting to diminish little by little for Spain. Will they be able to hold on? It is still nothing. 200s will change the tides. A break will change the tides, definitely, for sure, but will anybody be finding that one break? Idor does. and it does send that lead over to Japan. So does Crooked Fanboy also finding that break, so further solidifying the lead that Japan has amassed.
Yeah, so close, but multiple misses coming out from Spain and no misses from Japan. They're holding on to their combos. They still have this full combo as well, and that's looking like it's going to be it. Aita finds it, one last miss towards the end. Still the full combo on Rain Lily. That is going to be a really strong score.
Yeah, Rain Lily basically replicated the score that they did against France with another 993k. Really good play, but look at Aitor though, only 200s at 3 misses, and that's so unfortunate for them.
Yeah, it's all in the miscount there. With a little bit less misses from Spain, those ones towards the end, it really would have been basically tied as far as the score is concerned. So Spain are definitely scary when it comes to these picks. And that was the first pick from Japan. That was the one that they were most comfortable with playing first. And oh, this is an interesting first pick, actually. Spain are going with Replica.
Replica, yeah. This also kind of ties back into what you said earlier, like where both teams do have concrete information about what the others, how the others played in certain maps. This is one of them. Both teams have already played this before, and just looking at the scores, Spain did pretty much better in terms of like score accuracy compared to Japan. So
hey, I had a look at this earlier. I'm pretty sure Japan got the higher team score on this.
Oh wait, hold on a minute.
Yeah, that's why I was saying this is an interesting pick because of the information I'm looking at, Japan did beat Spain on this map by a little bit. It was a small bit.
Okay, yeah, alright, yeah. This is completely my bad. I just mixed it up. But yeah, the difference between both scores were barely anything. So if scores from other matches are to determine what's to come, yeah, this is probably going to be another close one.
This will be very close. It is going to come entirely down to these misses, just like the last one. If there is a player that's able to hold their combo through these dense LN patterns, then that can carry a team completely here.
Okay, we're getting into it. One swap aside. Not PX coming in for Crooked Fanboy and Sana coming in for Rain Lily. The LN roster for both Japan and Spain, I guess. Aitor will probably be playing every single map. Same goes for Manager Koichi. And both, just as I said that, both Not PX and Koichi just taking drops at the exact same note. So that's once again one trade apiece.
Yeah, all even in combo. The accuracy lead not really in favor of either team right now. Aitor is holding it together for Spain with 99.7. And it's flickering back and forth, no one managing to edge out any kind of accuracy lead.
Yeah, just that one single mistake from, oh, okay. I was going to say both Not PS and Angel Koichi traded at the beginning, but right now Aitor is doing Japan another bit of a favor by taking a miss of their own. But Manager Koichi right now, once again returning the favor, same day shipping, and now Not PX is also going to help with that.
Trading back and forth, Manager Koichi again, but this is favoring Japan a little bit because we still have Sana in Japan, still has not missed yet, full combo for Japan, and that's the only one on the board.
And there it goes, a miss finally coming up from Japan. Sana, rest in peace, full combo. But with this LN density pick, it's so easy to bring your combo back up to 400, and just like that, it's all going to be accuracy now, and it's still accuracy both sides, pretty much even across the board. They're both pretty much averaging the same thing.
Oh, it is so close, flickering back and forth, but Not VX finds a break. Aita and Ensan are both finding a break.
Ooh, this is Koichi's holding on. He's not
Koichi. That's a big break, and actually now Spain takes the lead. Spain takes the lead at the very end, but Aita finds a miss. It's flickering back and forth.
Not PX.
Oh, those misses.
Okay, those at the end just pretty much destroyed any sort of hope that Spain had to come back in the last second.
I think Spain had that at the very last few seconds. The last 5 seconds, those notes were just so brutal for Spain, giving just a 4,000 point lead over to Japan, and that's going to be a break point. The second map in a row, 2-0.
Yeah, Spain versus Japan is apparently going to always be a banger match. Like even last year round of 16, when both of these teams met, it was really close all the way through. And now we're probably going to see the same thing happening again. I do hope that it doesn't end in a clean sweep though. But yeah, the difference in scores between both of them have been pretty much minuscule.
Yeah, absolutely. That came down to the last few seconds. But now it's Japan's pick, and I think even though, you know, Japan are very comfortable with the Rice, we've seen that Spain can absolutely break one of these points. It's gonna be Uncharted Sky, actually. This is not one that I expected to see coming out of Japan. I don't think I saw either team play this, actually.
Uncharted Sky, yeah, I don't think both of them did.
So gonna be going into a little bit of uncharted territory here for both of the teams.
Hey.
This is going to be, of course, a little bit more of a technical pick, so one that you would kind of expect not only difficult to act, but also difficult to combo. One that's kind of very uncomfortable when we compare it to the previous Rice pick. We are going to see the swaps, as we expect, back in Rain Lily and Kruke Fanboy for Japan and Spain, respectively.
I assume just waiting on things to get ready before starting. And alright, gonna be starting on Uncharted Sky, the custom song for this round. The technical pick.
Yeah, we'll see how the teams perform on this one, because we both know, of course, that both of the teams are very physically capable when it comes to Rice.
Yeah, but with this being a tech map, you can imagine like a lot of things will be catching players off guard. We already see Rain Lily picking up the first break and sending that lead over to Spain, who does manage to hit everything so far pretty cleanly. Like this map, it's like mini jack heaven. You're going to see mini jacks left and right.
Yeah, accuracy actually pretty tied up between both of the teams, right? Rain Lily finding another drop, though. That's going to give Spain even more of a lead right now, struggling to maintain the combo.
Yeah, this definitely goes to show you, even though if you're a Rice specialist, like the map pool just doesn't let up, things like this, it just catches you so off guard.
Right now, it's definitely not catching Spain off guard as much as it is Japan. Spain starting to build up a lead, but the accuracy advantage, it's still in Spain's favor, but not by much. Kruke Fanboy finding the first break on Spain's side. That's going to lower the score point lead just by a little bit, but they should still maintain this advantage for now.
Yeah, once Kruke gets back up to 400 combo, it is going to go down to Ag, but as he just makes it back in, he's the only one who finds the drop, so that definitely favors Japan quite a bit. And now Aitor is going to be finding the miss. No more FC for Spain, but Japan still has Mania Koichi, who does bring that lead over back to Japan.
With those misses come with accuracy drops from both of the Spanish players.
And another team miss, just wiping out the score that Spain has built. And now Mania Koichi is still holding on. Even Rain Lily just taking that couple of breaks in the start, but now getting his bearings and just tanking everything all the way through and through. Well, it is the opposite for Spain. They did really well in the intro, but towards the end, they're starting to lose their bearings.
Yeah, definitely starting to get lost in these patterns towards the second half of the map, while Japan really started picking up. Rain Lily is no longer getting any of these misses that they got. Okay, never mind. But
this one,
except for that one. But last note, doesn't matter at the end of the day. That is going to be a solid win for Japan with that full combo from Mania Koichi.
Ooh, 3 picks down, and Spain's hopes are actually starting to look a little bit bleak. Japan is already halfway through of their points. They only need 3 more, but Spain, they had to start amassing some sort of comeback.
I definitely think there's a good pick that Spain would have somewhere in the LN pool. I would say Maya, what was it called? Maya Sotis?
Maya Sotis, yeah, I think that's the one.
That is the map that Japan, you know, the LN coordination pick, Japan has been avoiding it all tournament. But Spain are not going to be going for it right now. They're going to go for the Sixth Sense. This one, looking at both teams' scores, actually Spain did have the higher score on this one from when they played yesterday. So this one still does make sense to me.
Yeah, I can definitely see this pick probably being the saving grace for Spain. This one is something that they absolutely have to win. Otherwise, things are looking really, really rather bleak.
Yeah, they are still only 1 breakpoint behind. Very possible to come back in this, but 2 breakpoints is a little bit much. So you definitely want to see Spain getting on the board right now on their own pick.
We're about 2/3 of the way. And right now we're going into a little bit of a tamer section, pretty much the break before going back in. This is where, you know, players can just get their bearings, just, you know, prepare themselves for what's about to come. But for now, with Aitor Des making back up to 400 combo, and Sana is going to be finding a break. And now Koichi falls. There goes the FC, but that spacebar jack was just pretty much killer. But double miss from Spain. Actually, yeah, really that is. Yeah, but it is also still. It is still also lucky that Japan did miss shortly before and after.
So not quite enough for Japan to be able to take back this lead, but Aita finding another break. This is going to start making things a little bit close as we're getting towards the end of the map. Still this accuracy lead though for Spain, that's really helping them out here, giving them a bit of a score buffer to work with.
There's very little map to go, and I don't think there's much that can catch these players off guard. It's pretty much the end already, and there you have it, Spain up on the board, taking their first point against Japan.
Yeah, solid point here, but I mean, look at these scores. It was definitely very close, actually.
Yeah. By no means was it a landslide. It was just another miss or two. It would just send the lead to the other way.
Look at them, like the miscounts and the scores. They're basically mirrored from the top 2 players, the bottom 2 players. They're just the same. But Spain, with slightly better on both of their players, is enough to take that point, and they're on the board. It's 1-3 right now in favor of Japan. Now it's Japan's pick, however, and this is where Spain really needs to take the point. If they want to be able to tie up the game again, they need to take a break point away from Japan. I do think Japan are kind of running out of good picks very quickly, I think. Zekas is still up.
That is going to be Zekas, actually.
That is the last chord stream pick they have. But I would say even the last 2 Rice picks are very dangerous for Japan. So we'll see how this one goes. This is another one that I think both teams should be fairly comfortable playing overall relative to the rest of the pool, that is, of course. So I'll definitely think that Spain has a very good opportunity here for a breakpoint if they manage to keep up that combo, because I think the accuracies, they can definitely keep it within striking distance here.
Yeah, I'll say Aitor definitely has what it takes to top the lobby. It does come down to whether or not both Aitor and not PX being able to hold their combo. I think if they do manage to hold their combo, they have a pretty good chance of taking it back from Japan. But the start command is given, and we are going to see Zekas, not PX, and Aitor for Spain taking on Rain Lily and Manager Koichi. Once again, the lineup that you'd expect from Japan. Rain Lily taking the rice maps, and Angel Koichi and Aitor are going to be playing everything once again. And now not PX also managing to sub in for the dance court stream pick.
Oh my god, Ita. I mean, it's very early on in the map, but still.
But actually, as it goes on, now we can just say Rain Lily or Manager Korishi, because both of them are still up at 99.9. Right now, the difference is in not PX, their accuracy. The lowest, but it's still 99.6. It's still basically nothing.
Yeah, 99.6 is still very high, and more than enough, I would say. I cannot imagine seeing 4-way FC on a map like this. It'll all come down to who misses and when, and it's going to be Ita finding the first miss.
Yeah, just slamming those all seven keys down in frustration. And yeah, it was pretty much like broke combo as it transitions into the break, where that is really a mentality killer.
Yeah, the very last second of that earlier stream, but they're still in this for now. Not PX finding a miss as well. That's 2 combos to none. It's going to be Japan running away with a bit of a lead. This accuracy from Japan is extreme as well.
Yeah, extraordinarily good, considering we are already in the semifinals. This is the pool where we expect like breaks, drops to happen, but not for this Rice Specialist team. They're out. Never mind.
My Angel Koichi does find a miss, but it's a singular miss, not really much AC being lost there. And compared to the misses that we've seen from Spain, I think this is still fairly safe in favor of Japan.
Yeah, there's barely any map left. It would need to be a disconnect, but of course that's not going to happen. And Rain Lily, topping that lobby, I think that could be a double S. No, never mind, but it's still a really solid score.
1-to-10 ratio. Ita as well with the 1-to-10 ratio, actually. These ratios are just crazy. I don't really understand how they end up being this high, but they do. And it is going to be Japan winning their pick once again, 4-1 now. But still only 1 breakpoint away is Spain. They're going to go right away with VTuber. This one, I think, it is a bit of a risk given what we've seen on Japan's side for the LN so far, but at the same time, a risk might be what they need at this point. They need to be winning their own picks, and I think this one is definitely a winnable pick for Spain.
Yeah, the patterning in this one, I would say Japan might have some issues, but it is still, but Spain still. It's pretty much a do or die for them. Losing this means Japan goes to breakpoint, and that is not a position where Spain wants to be.
Yeah, absolutely. This one is a very short map as well. 1 minute 48, so these misses are going to be extremely important. For the other team, that is.
Yeah. I think one of the teams might just be wondering who to swap in, and first time, that's the first.
Okay, Lulu M and Ensana coming in. No,
or maybe not.
Japan doing
some wild.
Yeah, some funky things with their swaps. It's gonna be my Angel Koichi, maybe. Hold on, let's wait. No, yep. Okay.
Alright, there we go.
So yeah, Lulu M coming in, swapping in on Japan's side. See how they perform on a map like this. Ita and Kruke Fanboy being the ones that have been playing most of the maps for Spain, so it makes a lot of sense to see them staying in here. What a rough start there for Lululemon, actually, starting at around 97%, but should have some time to build up that accuracy. Early miss as well, though, actually.
instead of building up right now, it seems to be going the opposite direction. Hasn't been able to dig himself out of 96% yet. Finally makes it, but right now Koichi is also going to find another break while Spain is just running away with it really early on.
Yeah, Japan definitely not looking too comfortable with the start of that map there. So looking like a pretty good pick from Spain so far, at least. This is quite a significant lead, and we're already past a third waypoint.
And right now with Lulu M really unable to get bearings on how to tackle this chart, while Spain they are both still on that full combo. I think they can afford like a couple of misses and they are still gonna be safe. I think this was pretty much probably the throwaway point for Japan, right? All right, therefore 1 up. They can afford to. Like, they can afford to bench one of their stronger players to practice for what's to come next.
Yeah, we did see Kruke Fanboy getting 1 miss, but other than that, there's a second miss. Not going to matter all that much. This accuracy lead's still well in favor of Spain, and Aita is just absolutely crushing this chart.
Yeah, absolutely demolishing it. Still 3,300 combo. Misses are happening all around him, but he's not fazed by that. Even the ending section is a little bit tricky with the LN usage, and
oh no!
Do that. Why'd you do that?
Not the last note like that, but still 987k. We'll give him the honorary full combo there, and that is going to be
all right.
A very strong performance by Spain on that pick. Second point on the board, 2-4. Still keeping up in this match. Still only 1 breakpoint away from managing to tie up the score, and now it's Japan's pick once again. I don't think they really have a comfortable pick left that they want to go for. I don't think Japan should pick the Jack pick. I think that's terrifying against Spain.
Might be terrifying for them, but it would make a pretty good matchup.
It would be exciting, that's for sure, but I mean, I think Spain's lowest score was like a 980 something K. That's yeah, it's gonna be Chronostasis.
Yeah, they've avoided the Jacks for now.
Going with the mixed rice, another one that's going to be pretty difficult to maintain a combo on.
Yeah, arguably the hardest rice pick in the rice pool. It just has everything that you can expect. A lot of speed, a lot of density, even mini chats come into play. And like, this is probably even before the first half happens. Before the second half happens.
So Japan maybe relying on a bit of their physicality that we saw during the other technical pick that we saw in the rice section earlier.
But it's just about to wait for a client to sync stuff up before getting right into Chronostasis.
Here we go, big point here for both teams.
Yeah, you can see already in the intro, although both teams are making it look simple, this map is by no means easy at all. We already see Aitor tanking a miss before reaching 400 combo. But right here is a little bit of a tamer section, but it does pick up.
Miss from Kruke Fanboy as well. That's 2 full combos on the side of Japan still. And Aita finding another miss. Japan starting to edge their lead ahead a little bit. The accuracy's also in favor of Japan by quite a lot.
Yeah, one of the break sections just passed and we go into the speed section where you see a lot of screams happening, and already Spain, Kruke Fanboy finds themselves on the back foot.
And the accuracies have just tanked from Spain as well during that speed section, both below 99%. while Rain Lily and Mind Koishi still at 99.5. Only the one miss from Rain Lily we've seen so far on the Japanese side. Kruke Fanboy finding another one.
So it picks up a little bit, and Rain Lily does fall victim, but this one delay section right here, and okay, just a team miss from Japan right now, while Aitor and Kruke Fanboy manages to hold it together. And they're both above 400 combo, but never mind, Aitor is now no longer above 400 combo. And now Japan, both of them managing to get 400 combo right now. There's not a lot left to go.
And the accuracies, as well as all of those misses compounded earlier by Spain, it's going to make this a little bit too hard to come back from, I think. Aitor finding a couple more misses, Kruke Fanboy misses at the end, and that's just going to be it.
Yeah, the ending court jacks at 1/3 is just it pulls no punches. Already people like take a lot of hits to their combo and accuracy because of that. But right now, it has done Japan a favor of getting themselves their match point. They are 5-2 up, and now Spain, they have to get 3 points in a row to force tiebreaker. A really tall order.
And this was the one they had to pick as well. Maya Sotis, this is potentially their last pick. So, I mean, you have to go for this one now. This is one that I think Spain should, on paper, have quite a big advantage on. But that said, we haven't really seen Japan play one of these since qualifiers because they've banned it every match.
That's true.
So Spain are just kind of trusting that Japan have been banning this particular category for a good reason, and they haven't just been baiting everyone.
Like, if it turns out that Japan was actually insanely cracked at these kind of long notes, like they pretty much just fooled the entire Mania community.
Yeah, no, that would be insane. I would love that, but I do not think it's possible. There's no way. If Japan had just secretly cracked at this and they get like the #1 team score on this map, then they deserve to win MWC, just straight up.
Yeah, straight up.
But I definitely think Spain should have an advantage on this one. We have Aitor, of course, being extremely good at LNs in general. So I would expect to see Aitor probably among the top scorers of this lobby.
Yeah, for sure. But who is going to join Aitor, looks like, is Kruke Fanboy. Okay. And for Japan, once again, Manager Koichi and Sana, as usual, these are the powerhouses that will play the LNs. Even though Japan might not be one of the teams with a really good LN ability, they still do have people to at least play them. Yeah,
definitely. We even saw Japan take an LN point earlier in this match.
Oh yeah, Replica. Although Replica being the density map, occasionally it does feel a bit like Rise because of how dense and how a lot of the long notes are short enough where you can just hit them like regular notes.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Nah, you can't do that here.
Yeah, you can't get further away. As far as LN mapping goes, this is the furthest thing from what we saw in Replica.
They both might be called LN maps, but they are so different from each other.
We can see early accuracy lead here. Japan off to not the greatest start, but Aitor finding the first miss, actually.
And also with this being LN coordination or control, you don't get combo back very fast. So while Aitor is still going to be hovering around 200 combo, it is, as I said, not building up fast. They have to really rely on accuracy or hope that Japan finds a miss of their own. Both of them still do have full combos.
When Aitor finds another miss, actually, this is 2 misses on the board for Spain. Even still, Aitor has the highest accuracy in the lobby, but as you said, there's not many notes in this map. Each miss makes a big difference in the score, and we're seeing still 3 full combos on the board.
both Japanese players have surpassed that 1000 combo, and Kruke fanboy over for Spain also doing their best holding on to any sort of combo they can get. Aitor, even though he finds himself at the top in terms of accuracy. Oh, okay, and Sana.
And Sana finding a miss. This score lead is very small. That one miss might be enough to give Spain back the lead. I think Spain do have a bit of an accuracy lead overall.
Yeah, it is. At this point, it is because of Aitor's accuracy at 99%. And just like that, lead has switched. And with that miss, once again from Aitor, it is going to switch right back. Not doing any favors for Spain. And now Kruke fanboy unable to maintain their own full combo. And it's just been tanking left and right.
It's a collapse for Spain here. Both players missing, and somehow Japan have just not been finding these misses. They're comboing this.
But it's only like one from Ensana, but that was it. And now even Minato Koichi holds on to a full combo on Myosotis LN coordination. I did not expect this kind of result.
Japan win MWC. This is it. That's the prediction. My Angel Koichi with the full combo, Ensana with one miss. This is
it's not
impressive.
Even a miss. It's not even a miss. It was just a lineup break. It was just a 50.
In the break section, there were not even any notes when he broke. He just released the spacebar accidentally.
Yeah.
that is an impressive
by accident.
But Japan is going to stay alive in this tournament. They have won both of their matches this weekend. They're going to continue on to the finals weekend next week, where I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they're going to be versing the United States.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, all right. I think it is a United States.
That's going to be an exciting match. That is going to be a tight match between both of those teams. Of course, Spain now, unfortunately, going to be eliminated here in the semifinals round, but they were looking extremely strong. So definitely put on a very good performance themselves.
Right, and with that, a 6-2 victory to Japan as they advance into the losers bracket of the finals losers bracket. But just in about 20 minutes from now, we do have another match coming up. It is going to be another banger right here. China taking on Thailand.
Yeah, this is the last losers bracket match of the weekend. Both of these teams as well just coming off of wins, as we can see last week, Thailand against Brazil, China against Indonesia. So they are going to be facing each other to see who will proceed into that last slot of the top 6 for the finals. So make sure you stick around. That's going to be in about 20 minutes at 11 UTC. Until then, we'll see you later.
Hello everyone! Welcome to this match in the Mania 7K World Cup 2023 semifinals between China and Thailand. These two are known to be giants in the 7K scene, but here we are right now in the losers bracket semifinals match. I'm Silvas Kaels, and joining me in commentary is going to be Surf285. Hello there, how are you doing today?
Hello, I'm doing very well. We are indeed seeing two giants of the 7K scene. However, one of these two giants will have to fall and have to say goodbye to the tournament. We have China, who has been super consistent. They have practically placed in the podium for 2 World Cups in a row, trying to vie for the third one in a row. Thailand trying to break through that semi-finals barrier. With quite a team that isn't as ideal as what they would have had compared to the previous World Cup at this similar stage, but definitely capable of doing something special.
That is true, and you did say not as ideal, right? It just kind of reminds me, this Chinese team is also far from the one that slayed the Korean team, and I believe the only person that's from that's still here is a 4K game by, also known as Zhang Fan, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, and that was from way back in 2016, so that's already around 7 years ago now.
Wow.
Well, a lot of things have changed from then.
But still, the fact that we still have like a piece of history in this match, I gotta say, that's gotta be an honor. And speaking of which, we also have Lost Cool in here, who has been in the 7K scene for a very, very long time as well, and has shown no signs of slowing down at all.
And if that match from last night against Brazil is a sign of Lost School not slowing down at all, I hope that they are capable of keeping up the pace, especially in a match this vital. And I will be seeing Thailand going with their opening pick as yesterday on that Brazil match. We have Sekus.
That's kind of I don't know, it's kind of a weird strategy, banning one rice and picking another to start, but hey, I guess they're trying to go for the accuracy route, although, I mean, I could argue that probably Turks is the one they're trying to target here, but Satori's act is known to be really, really good. So I guess they're just trying to hope that they're able to outact the Chinese team, but that's just a very difficult feat on its own right.
Well, anyways, now you mentioned the bans. Let us just do a recap of the bans. Thailand did ban Rice 1, which is a speed pick. I doubt I haven't seen Rice 1 being played at all. It might have been picked in an earlier match, not sure. And China banning Giselle, which kind of makes sense. You don't really want to play something 5 minutes long in a match this possibly going to be this intense. Though we've seen a lot of things change with that 5-minute pick, but we won't be seeing that this time around as we go now for the first pick in this match.
Yeah, not to mention Thailand is also known to be really good at long notes. Lost Cool and Kenzie is a duo you'd want to avoid, especially for that kind of map. Although, here we go. I've known Turks to be really, really good at holding that combo. Like, that's essentially what they're known for. Lost Cool would certainly be one of the higher acts in the lobby if they do play at their 100%. But as of this moment, it's looking to be really, really close.
I think the main thing we should look at here is how Natsurio and Satori will be competing with each other, because I'm pretty sure Turks and Lost School should be able to hold on to their own very well. This is similar to the dynamic we had on the Brazil-Thailand match yesterday, where it was Sully Fangirl and Lost School carrying each other's teams pretty much. It was the second player really making the difference. But like, you don't really want to end up with that mindset, especially with a team, basically China having a super strong team, like hands down one of the strongest teams in the entire World Cup roster. So they have to be super careful with those kinds of things. As we now see Satori carrying the 99.91% act, Lost School at 99.89 if my eyes are not failing me. China having the overall accuracy lead this time around. Everyone's still holding on to their full combos. For mine.
Well, unfortunately, Natsuri is gonna be the first drop. And the accuracy is very far behind both Satori and Turks, at least in relative to Lost School's act right now. It's very unfortunate, but I guess they just wanted to get this out of the way, try to get an information from Thailand, from China I mean, but like, I don't like conceding 1 point early on. I don't think that's a great strategy to have regardless of what they're going for at least.
Well, the thing is, Thailand picking this first. This is similar to the strategy I would think from yesterday. They did open with this pick, and it worked out for them, but it was super close. They almost conceded a point to Brazil as well, and like this is far from it. Like look at that score from Satori, 995k, and Turks not just 4,000 point behind. Oh my gosh, only 200s overall from China.
Look at Turk's score. It's 991, 991. That's actually very satisfying.
Yeah.
Although
That's satisfying.
Lost School takes the MVP though by around 18,300s, which is virtually nothing. But it's that racial difference from Natsurio and the 200 counts as well that made the big difference, really.
It really depends on how Thailand will be working with that second player. They have to make sure that they are able to keep up with China's duo, obviously, and now China will be picking Chronostasis. A very good pick to open this match for China. And the Satori will be coming out, and we'll be seeing King Ji-ding.
Yeah, this player, also known as QX0407, from what I can tell, I forgot what kind of map this is, by the way. Is this another rice pick?
Yeah, this is the primary mixed rice pick of this pool.
And
that's where, yeah. Carry on.
I really like this sub-in because Ching Ji-ding, at least from how I've seen them in previous MWC, which is the 2019 one, like they've been really good in accuracy in general, like matching players like Entozer on the late game side. So I think this substitution was very necessary, in my opinion.
We'll have to see if that theory holds, however. I mean, a lot of things could change within those. Wow, it's already 4 years after since 2019. Well, yeah, just gotta remind you guys of the years that have passed.
Oh man, okay, here we go. I am so excited to see how all 4 players here are going to do, and we're just waiting for, client to load right now. Alright, should be fine. It's just a simple panic button, am I right?
And here we go with the second pick of this match. Chronostasis, a mixed rice pick by PWHK. Obviously, oh wow, King Ji-ding and Lost School kind of forgetting to turn off autoplay.
Okay, well, wait a minute. Turk's having a little bit of a rocky start, but Natsurio trades it with a miss.
There you go.
Yeah,
Natsurio might be the defining difference between these two teams, at least for the rice picks. I've seen Natsurio performing quite well on the LNs. That's why I'm kind of surprised that they went for rice for Sekas in their first picks against both Brazil and China. And we are seeing China just like pulling ahead.
That's true. I mean, Lost School is ahead of Ching Ji-ding right now, but Turks, and just the difference between Turks and Natsurio is what's giving it. But hey, Natsurio made a great recovery there, so hey, the door is not closed yet.
But the patterns get a bit more trickier to hit here. Here's a speed section here. Lost School kind of dropping just a tad bit on the accuracy side right there, a few 200s, and Natsurio kind of having problems with the speedy stairs.
Yeah, I mean, right now, no player is affected as of this moment, but never mind. Natsurio finding a drop on the part, but I can't really blame them. That's a really, really chokeable pattern.
Team China is currently pulling ahead just a tad bit more. And Natsurio really have a problem with that transition as we go to the final chord streamy section of this pick.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Lost School is holding the fort against Turks. Unfortunately, Natsurio fighting more drops. Are we going to be seeing another double FC from China? That would be insane. Lost School holding the highest act in the lobby by a fair margin, yeah. But again, it's the difference between the second players that's really making the difference.
Pink leading, holding on very well to that 99.88. That is super amazing. Turks. Okay, never mind. Double breaks from Team China.
Yeah, that was kind of sad.
Kind of unfortunate, but it won't matter.
So let's look at the statistics, shall we? So, actually, ratio-wise, Thailand would win this by the slightest of margins. But look at that 200 count difference. That's also a big deal. And the miscounts really what decided it. So Ching Jiding is ahead of Natsurio by like, I think that should be 60,000 points or something. 59,000 points, give or take. But still, that's a big difference, and you do not want that.
Now let's see what Thailand is going to be picking for their second pick. This is usually the time when I would probably be seeing picking Replica now. I don't think electromagnetic retribution is a nice follow-up.
See, pick a random brain could also work.
Maybe not now. Kind of risky this early on. You usually want to be super warm already when you go for pick a random brain.
I mean, that's true, but regardless, you should go for an LN. No rice can be afforded right now. Alright, they're going with your strategy, alright?
There you go. Replica.
I guess they're...
Replica, the reason why, because Replica is the most similar to the Cold Stream picks among the LNs.
That makes sense, and I guess they're going for probably Kenzie in here, or not actually. So we'll be seeing.
Now, again, I mentioned earlier, Natsurio performed pretty well in this pick yesterday against Brazil.
I guess
so it does kind of make sense that Natsurio is staying. He saw Kenzie really play Lake Valor and Myosotis, which I don't think Thailand will be picking this early on as well.
Here's the thing. So now you have Satori and Zhang Fan, and I kind of like expect these two players on an LN pick. I'm not surprised at all. Although we'll be seeing.
Well, China has that reputation to be a strong noodle team in general as well. Like they're like one of the strongest overall. But we'll have to see if they are able to hold on to a Replica. Can they replicate that form that has been the cause of so much respect put to that team?
We'll be seeing now if this is going to be the right selection for Thailand. I mean, you did say that pick a random brain would take a lot of warm-up to like consistently hold on. But as of this moment, looks like both players from each side, the top players are even with each other. I was about to say the bottom players were, but now that's not the case.
Rio kind of having problems hitting that transitional pattern here. Just a short break. Just some space to basically recover your accuracy in case you drop any, but here we go. Everything starts to build up yet again. And the density will be continuing to build up. Van Wilder kind of getting a drop all of a sudden.
Yeah, but look at Law School right now. Really trying to be the anchor that the team needs, but unfortunately Natsurio drops that. It's traded back by Van Wilder. However, the drop should not be too bad. It is a dead section, and
Law School having an uncharacteristic mess here. Only Satori left with Satori's full combo left in this multiplayer room. Natsurio getting yet another drop. China having quite a breathing room here over Thailand. They're about to enter the second half of this chart, which will be getting a bit denser. Law School and Van Wilder trading misses yet again. And Satori still holding on to the 99.6.
It's those drops that are really giving China the advantage. It's not even that far. Like, if Law School and Natsurio were to hold their combos a little bit more, this would have probably been on Thailand's end. But right now, Satori is making use of that LN density like it's nothing.
Well, you did mention that if Natsuri wasn't missing, it might have been not enough, especially if Van Wilder is carrying that 99.39, Natsurio below that 99% act. And that miss is not going to help them any further.
It's Satori just gonna full combo this like it's nothing. Oh my goodness. Wow, that's a 985k for Satori. That's an insane spread from the Chinese team.
But
Again.
Law School with the better act overall, though.
I don't know why, but look at this. Thailand has the better ratio overall again. Like, that's very interesting to me. Oh wow, both of them just left the lobby at the same time. That was so satisfying to watch.
Well, I'm not surprised now. Turks and
Ching
Turks and Satori.
Are we seeing Ching Ji Ding or something?
Ding?
Okay.
Actually, like so of these like Chinese people in Twitch chat, can you please teach us how to pronounce Ding's username?
Yeah, please teach us. We're not exactly the best, and we don't want to butcher it. But I'm just gonna say.
Anyways,
go ahead.
Well, okay. But for the meantime, like I'm kind of happy that China is going for this pick because like. Just continue the momentum, really. They've been showing very well on like stuff that are a bit more abrasive, and this chart is super abrasive.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, we're seeing. Okay, so apparently it's up, down, up. From what I've seen in chat, so Ching Ji Ding? Something like that. I hope I did not mispronounce it still. But regardless...
Ding? But anyways, let's just call him QX. We're doing meantime.
Okay.
We don't butcher it.
Okay, so QX. So we have QX and Turks versus Lost School and Natsurio. I think QX and Turks is like a very scary pair on Rise, especially for late game.
Definitely. And this chart is really leaning towards that super difficult side of the pool already. And also, just to mention, this is an OC original music, specially composed for this Mania 7K World Cup. And we are seeing that right now. Law School getting a very early drop that won't matter in the long run, I would think, because again, it's still super early. But you don't want to commit any of those smaller mistakes now, especially the Turks and QX are going to be carrying that accuracy load very well.
Look, like, if there's one team you want to avoid making mistakes on, it's definitely the team with, like, players who've been holding very high combos, and that's definitely the Chinese team.
And
wait a minute!
Getting an uncharacteristic drop, however.
Look at this! The athlete is now in the Thai team! Very surprising. We've never seen the Bard in the Thai team until now.
Luxurio actually holding on very well with a 99.1.
Oh
However, they dropped Chinky Ding also getting a mistake. So no more full combos left in any of these players at all. Lost School with the only sizable combo. And the lead is on China's side again with consecutive drops from Natsurio. And getting yet another drop. And as we're about to enter the second half of the chart, which gets a bit more abrasive. So if that's a sign that China might be pulling a bit more ahead, Thailand has to take note of that.
That's true, but like that, I was feeling a little bit bad because the door was already open.
Getting yet another trade, and it was a messier drop from Natsurio, dropping already down to 98.5.
Oh man, Natsurio's dropping.
Turks and QX holding on very well with that, and Turks at 99.4, just doing well enough to make sure that they have enough breathing room. Lost School with a 99.7 overall, the best act in this lobby, but like considering the form of their opponents, I'm not sure if that would even matter.
I mean, that's true, but unfortunately, it is what it is. Oh, wait a second. It's those drops from Natsurio. Like, if it weren't consecutive, I feel like Thailand would have still had the lead of some sorts. It's the consecutiveness of those drops that really gave it to the Chinese team right now. Oh my goodness. What is the score from Law School, by the way? What? Wait, and that had a drop?
Yep.
Wait a second. Let's look at this again.
Wait a minute. I think this is the...
Wait, 2x200s.
Okay.
When? What?
I'm not sure. But this might not. This might actually be a lower score than Law School score from yesterday against Brazil.
Well, regardless, I don't.
I kind of forgot what is the exact score, but like still,
Okay, I don't think.
this is good. This is really good.
I don't think it was 2x200s though. I feel like this is still better. Like 2x200s on a map like that, that's insane. However, again, it's those 20 misses really. If it were like only 4 misses and they weren't consecutive, Thailand would have taken this. So now 4-0. What does Thailand choose? I don't know. I would risk Pekka. I would like risk Pekka random brain at this point. I don't think the release pick or like the slow pick makes sense. Okay, I'm sorry, Sirchu. But like, I don't know. Something tells me China's gonna do really good in that. Well,
well. There you go. There goes what you want.
You know,
I do like this pick actually. I do like this pick. Don't worry.
You know, funnily enough, I don't know why, but both the Ellen picks were like the 2 maps that we wanted Thailand to pick. So I feel like they're secretly watching us.
But like, I mean, here's the thing. Like, if they're going to be picking Lake Valor or Mayasotis, it would really depend on whether they have their other players just behind, like warming up, because like from what I've been seeing, like Natsurio's consistency is fine per se. It's more of like, can they maintain that form on picks that are definitely slower and like you don't want missing all over the places. Both picks are super slow to build up on combo on.
But we just have to
And we're
see
seeing
because-
Satori and Van Wilder for China.
I don't know. I do like this pick from Thailand, but I still think they're in a sort of disadvantage because we've seen them play on that one other Ellen pick, and right now it's not exactly looking the best for them. So as of this moment, we have a sort of density mixed with coordination right now, which is certainly very close. It's that advantage that Law School has against everyone else that's giving Thailand a shot. But that drop from Matsurio is unfortunately going to give the lead to China. And look at the length, 1 minute and 40 seconds. But wait, Satori finds a drop. That is a very unfortunate one.
It was a pretty clean drop from Satori though, so it wouldn't really matter that much.
Wait a minute.
Especially with the combo build.
You might be wrong there because yes, the combo is building up. However, the bar is shrinking as well. And Law School's advantage is not going away anytime soon. Satori drops once
And
more!
Satori getting a drop, and Natsuri trades though. And that gives China a bit more breathing room because Natsurio's drop was pretty messy. 0.3% actually dropped. And
true.
Satori still maintained at 99.3.
Van Wilder. Honestly, the reason why China has this lead though is because of Van Wilder's combo as of this moment. The coordination with both hands is just really giving it their experience for how many years already has been paying off so hard for both Law School and Van Wilder. But unfortunately, as of this moment, I don't see this lead going to Thailand anytime soon. Even with the drop from Satori, I don't think it's gonna be enough. And there we go, a 90,000 point victory.
It's match point for China
Oh my god.
with their pick as well.
Oh my goodness! Look at that! Look at that FC from Law School again, and Van Wilder having a
That is
really
pretty
strong
good.
one. It's that FC by Van Wilder, honestly. If they had the same score as Satori, this would have probably gone closer to Thailand's side. But at the end of the day, even with the very strong score, if the team composition, like if the team is not able to hold both of their grounds, then I mean it's not gonna cut it. Because after all, this is a team tournament and not a solo one.
You go China. I would probably be seeing them picking Plastic Girls or Electromagnetic Retribution if they're going for any of the rice. But if they're going for any of the hybrids, possibly Bouncing might be a decent pick for them. And there you go, Plastic Girls here coming from China. Going to be abusing that act now from these core jacks. But like, these core jacks aren't exactly the ones you'd act.
Look, I feel like the more technical it is, it would probably favor China more. Like, based on how the match has gone, Thailand has definitely had the short end on the stick when it comes to misses. So I think this should benefit China a lot more. But wait a minute, they're putting in Satori here, which I think is a fair choice, because Satori would definitely be able to offset the accuracy disadvantage that potentially one of the players could have. And as I do think Satori is the best player in terms of accuracy for the Chinese team. So yeah, here we have it. Plastic Girls. This is the pick that China will pick. China will choose on the match point. Oh, wait a minute, Tick's missing at the start. That is really, really bad news.
But it's a start of the chart, however, so it might not matter in the long term. That really depends if Thailand is capable of holding on to the denser core jacks that will be coming in a few moments from now. But so far so good here. Lost School getting the best act as well in the entire lobby with a 99.91. That's really holding on very well. And here we go. The core jacks start to get a bit denser.
Oh,
and
wow.
Satori getting a drop.
The thing about these core jacks is that gives... Go on.
Yeah. These core jacks are a bit more spread out, but with anchors, Natsurio getting a major drop there and getting yet another one, giving China the lead.
Oh man!
Natsurio actually struggling now.
But the rest of the players are keeping it up now. The thing about chord jacks is if you miss once, usually you miss multiple notes on a chord. So each one would matter much more, and unfortunately Natsurio has dropped a lot consecutively. It's not over yet. You can still hope for miss on the Chinese side, but it is looking a little bit dim.
Both Chinese players just falling ahead, or just pulling their team score ahead of Thailand, especially with Natsurio keeping on getting those drops. Lost School Sterry carrying that 99.9. Like, it is gaining act.
It's very unfortunate, but at the end of the day, only one has to be crowned as the victory. And I think that is going to be the Chinese team unless something major happens. Well, Lost School drops, but at the end of the day, it was already over for a while. And that should do it. The Chinese team has secured their slot, punched their ticket to the finals week 1 of this tournament. Wow, what is that ratio from Lost School?
Yup.
Oh
Yep.
man.
Lost School, pretty decent at the game. Pretty decent.
Yep, pretty decent, pretty decent. But hey, I mean, I gotta say, like, both the Chinese and Thailand team did a great job. I know that this is 6-0, but still, that was an amazing effort from Thailand. That they had some points which they could have almost taken. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. Unfortunately, they're not able to break through the semi-finals barrier. But this is a really difficult one to get over with at the end of the day. So yeah.
Well, in the end of the day, there will only be one winner. Congratulations to China for advancing to the next round, and thank you so much to Thailand for putting up a show, especially Lost School, who has been super phenomenal all tournament, the entire tournament.
Yeah, I mean, Law School only lost one MVP point in this match, and that was an LN3, which they almost also took, so that's an insane performance in general. But anyways, with that being said, I believe there's still one match left, which is the Philippines versus Malaysia. It should be happening in an hour and 30 minutes. Man, I can't wait to see this match.
Yeah.
But you know what? I just remembered something right now, Surf.
Yep. What is it?
Well, if you want to support your team, please never forget that we have the banners still open. You still have a lot of time to buy those banners for the teams that you want to support, especially the ones that are from your country or just, the team that you just want to see go far in the tournament. The donations would go to the prize pool of this tournament, so we would really appreciate if you would support your own team that you really love through those banners.
In addition to that, there's also the Open Collective Initiative, where you can also directly donate for the prize pool, especially with these map pools being super hard. These players are showing quite the effort, and they really deserve your support. They will make sure that they get the prizes they deserve. Now, is there anything else?
Well, nothing much. I mean, it was just a great performance from everyone. Just congratulations to both teams, especially to China. But that's about it. How about you, sir?
Well, obviously there's just one match, and it does make sense that I won't be able to commentate, but I'm super envious that you will.
It's alright. I mean,
Yeah.
just
Have fun with that.
Thank you so much. But yeah, anyways, thank you so much for being with us, everyone. Stay tuned for the next one, and you do not want to miss that.